Oh, yes. Here we are again. Yes, people, then. Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. What is good in the hood? First of all, guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. It has been a while. I can't really blame just international break, but yeah, never mind. We are back. We are on the scene again. It's Danny AFC TV. Please be liking, please be subscribing. I've tried to keep contact with the world social media, a couple of TikToks here and there, but I haven't even been on TikTok. I haven't been on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, which I used to like quite a lot as well. Wagwan, Wagwan, fucking Chloe's a building. Fuck it, are you there, love? Yeah, what's good? What's good? A bit of a change of scenery this evening, first of all. I'm not saying no one's moved off or anywhere or anything, or maybe just yet. But guys, yeah, there is a lot to catch up on football wise. First of all, international break. What a blowjob! England, they're funny, aren't they? Hold on, who did they play? Japan. Japan. I think they lost at St James's Park. Who else did they play? Oh, bros, do you know what? 1-1 against Uruguay. Well, let's all laugh at England. England gonna win fucking World Cup. Oh, fuck! I can see it from here. Fucking lads. They're going to fucking bring it home. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Um, Looking at the World Cup list, which I have got on my phone to hand, which I will get into in a moment or two. Number one, I thought, how many teams? About 100 teams in the World Cup this time. I think, is it 32 nations that have qualified for the World Cup number one? There's a couple I've never heard of. Is it Conceição? Sounds like that Spanish guy or the Portuguese boy. It's right back. He still does play for Barcelona. He played for Barcelona, was at Man City for a little while, back to Barcelona now. Still making good money in football. Damien Georges, these cravings, oh my god. Currently stuff in my face with Damien Georges. Fucking craving. I wonder why that is. I just wonder. Shouts out to Thierry, the boy wonder, obviously my son. But yeah, my partner in crime, my little G. My Rudy, my Thierry, shouts out to you, just in case you are listening, son. There is loads of Arsenal news to dabber, transfer news, gossip, a couple of things Berta has said allegedly going forward towards the 2026 transfer window. I want to start off though with some World Cup talk. Poland, eliminated, not there. That's obviously the last chance for what the fuck's up with this chair. Lewandowski, that's it, yeah. You fat motherfucker broke my chair. Lewandowski, that's it for him. No more World Cups. I have been told, though, extremely less money that he has been previously earning at Barcelona. He will be able to stay at Barcelona for one more season. Barcelona are set to offer him a new deal, but at massively reduced rates. The camp of Lewandowski say they'll explore other avenues. They haven't even ruled out a Premier League venture for Lewandowski. At 35, about to turn 36, like with no disrespect to Lewandowski, I know he was once one of the world's most lethal strikers, but this is in the Bundesliga, and I don't know, was it Austria or somewhere, probably just as obscure before then. So without disrespect, bros, I don't know. Without disrespecting you, lads, I don't know. This is Germany. You've murked it in Spain for a little. Barcelona, in your older age, I'm not that convinced that you could smash it in the Premier League, especially in the twilight of your career. That's Lewandowski. Barcelona have not met the. How do you word this one? It was basically there was a date on it. They had us to a certain date to seal a deal for Marcus Rashford around the sum of around 30 million euros. Considering what Marcus Rashford has done at Barcelona this season, surely that is the steal of the year, like the fucking steal of the century, the fucking steal of the year, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, it's so fucking good, that fucking deal. I'm not even selling Marcus Rashford. Because if I was Man United right now, honestly, I'd be like, do you know what? Fucking, I'm giving you the fucking deal of the century, bros. Do you know what? You're not even having him. But they don't want him. Marcus don't want Man United. So it's a massive problem. Obviously, other clubs could get involved. I'm not sure how long this little bastard has left on his Manchester United contract. Obviously, if Barcelona called the bluff and sent him back to England and to Manchester at the end of the season. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing if we is new. First things first on the channel this evening. I want to go into the nations that have qualified for the World Cup, qualified as hosts. Hold on, how teams qualified? I don't really give a fuck how teams qualified. Can I just see the qualified teams? Co-hosts, Canada, Mexico. Shouts out to Manny's just given me a message. Should have joined the stream, but let me quickly run into this. Canada, Mexico. Guys, can we still get... Do you know what? I have to check my own channel sometimes. Sometimes comments don't go through. Fuck. Where is WB when you need... Where is WB? Oh. It's a good thing, I suppose. I have to watch an advertisement first. Okay. Let's fucking slow down. Slow down, guys. Fucking all of them. Alright. Still have to watch adverts. Just slow down. Slow down. Hold on. Still watching advert. 1 minute. Don't shout at me, YouTube. No copyrights around there. Let me just put a comment in. Just to make sure we're on an even kill here. All right, cool. All right, so what was I doing? I'm going into the nations that have qualified for the World Cup. Canada, Mexico. Keep an eye on Gilberto Mora, 16-year-old central midfielder. I think he will start. I would like Arteta and Andrea Berta to make a move for him. I've already seen enough. He plays for, like, I don't know, Chivas in Mexico. I've seen him play live. I've seen him a couple of times. I've seen, obviously, a lot more clips. Gilberto Silva, 16 years old. Yeah, I like him. Anyway, Canada, Mexico, USA. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to fucking Danny SC TV, y'all. Japan, conquerors of England. New Zealand. I'm on the good old cover of fucking Rosie Lee. New Zealand, Iran, Argentina, Uzbekistan, Korea Republic, Jordan, shouts out to Hussein Jamal, Australia, Ecuador, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, interesting, Colombia, love a bit of South America, Jermaine, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Cabo Verde. The Blue Sharks secured their first appearance at the global finals by topping Group D. I don't know. All right, cool. South Africa, Qatar. Okay. England, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Saudi Arabia, France, Croatia, Portugal, Norway, Germany, Holland, Austria, Belgium. There's a lot of nations at this World Cup. Scotland, Spain, fuck me, Switzerland. Right, here we go. Carascus. Curacao. Curacao qualified for. Sounds like a game. Curacao. Charging through the midfield. Curacao. It's up for grabs now. Have qualified for the World Cup. Haiti. They come from a Caribbean island. Okay, Panama, Sweden, Turkey. Oh, who the fuck is Czechia? Czechoslovakia? Czechia needed a penalty shootout in Denmark. The Czechies are back in the World Cup for the first time since... The Czechies? Czechoslovakia, I'd say. Czechia. I don't even want to swear, but Czechia. All right, I'm going to say they're Czechoslovakia. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dr. Congo. Iraq. Is this the 32 greatest nations on earth? Like, is this... That was WB, you see anyone. Shouts out to the big boy trying to sneak past on that camera. But let me do that backwards. Iraq, Dr. Congo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Czechia. I take it that's Czech Republic. Turkey, Sweden, Panama, Haiti. For the Curacao. Curacao. That's a country. Yeah, seriously. That's something I know. Curacao. Switzerland, Spain, Scotland, Belgium, Austria, Holland, Germany, Norway, Portugal, Croatia, France, Saudi Arabia, fucking, I was going to say, they start raving in Arabia or something. Saudi Arabia, Ivory Coast, Senegal, England, Qatar, South Africa. Here we go again. Cabo Verde. Who are these lot? Cabo Verde. We'll come back to that. Ghana, Algeria, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, Colombia, Paraguay, fucking Uruguay, Brazil, Ecuador, Australia. No way. This is. I've said too many countries. These are not all in the World Cup, surely. Korean Republic, Jordan, Uzbekistan, Argentina, Iran, New Zealand, Japan, USA, Mexico, Canada, and fuck me, we're done. What? How many nations qualified for this? Like, all right, I probably should have done this a wee bit. I don't know. 48 teams.
Yeah.
When did the World Cup get opened up to 48 teams?
Last year, the year before.
Because I've just known fucking. I was thinking this list that I'm naming is going on fucking hella long. Like,
Last World Cup.
there wasn't 48 countries in
No,
last World Cup.
32 last and they made the 48 now.
32 rings a bell.
Yeah, it was 32 and that's 48. There were more teams in the country in the World Cup.
Well, there's a couple I've never heard of, bros. If that makes it a more strong competition, there's Carusico,
Who?
Cabo Verde,
I know that team.
New Zealand, who you said wasn't there the other day to me.
Okay.
Haiti, Panama, Tunisia, CONCACAF. I don't want to say. I'm not going to say nothing.
They're going to go to the World Cup. They're struggling to
They're
get
going to win it.
7 goals in the World Cup.
Here's a couple of regulars that you've heard of before: Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Higuaín, Paraguay, Uruguay, New Zealand, Austria, Belgium, Bosnia, Croatia, Czechia. When have they been called? I tell you, Czechia. Who the fuck is Czechia? Bros, can't read it. Czechia.
Spell it.
Stephen, you can't. CZECHIA. 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 Don't do that. Turkey. It's Czechia. Czechia. And yeah, I don't know. It's a very quiet stream, but anyway, who is here? Some mother effer liked my post. Let's quickly try and get this stream out here, though. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. I won't be up here a penny longer than 30 minutes. Oh, God. I'm going to have to get the old consistency back on the channel. Let's just put it about a couple of places, though. The old regulars from the channel. Where is the regular? Where's the regular boys? With their fucking toys. Shout out to Manny, just receiving his WhatsApp. I want to talk very quickly, and it's going to be briefly, as we're 13 minutes down, and it is dead on the stream. I want to talk Southampton versus Arsenal, as I say, very quickly, very briefly. Southampton versus Arsenal, and I'll go through a couple of other subjects. De Zerbi, the new Tottenham manager. What is your thoughts? Clearly, this is a good thing for Tottenham Hotspur, isn't it? Like, let's look at the diabolical position they're in. People are criticising him. Number one, the Mason Greenwood situation. All right, it wasn't the. Yeah, he got accused of, what was it? Let's have it right. Rape and I think beating up his bird or something. A lot of other footballers would have lost their career. I know she kind of dropped all charges and everything immediately and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of footballers would have lost their careers for such charges and whatever. Now, De Zerbi took him to France, took him to Marseille and said he's basically a great guy. Now, someone from the Tottenham Supporters Trust today has been giving it, De Zerbi shouldn't be at the club just for that. I don't know. First of all, you Tottenham MF, like, football first, you've got him in to be a football manager. Like, I think it's a very good choice as a football manager for Tottenham going forward, but I did possibly say that about Thomas Frank. I'm not a Tottenham fan, so do forgive me. I thought Thomas Frank would have fitted the role quite nicely there now. I back him for Palace next, by the way, but that's another story. Back to Tottenham and De Zerbi, like, okay, cool. He probably... First choice wouldn't have brought Mason Greenwood to Marseille. He probably fitted the right budget. Man United wanted to get rid, decent wages, whatever. And obviously in France, he anticipated he would blow up the league and fucking do ever such great things. I have to check out in Froze again because this is freakily quiet. Let me jump onto my stream. 1 second, people. Oh, it's a good thing, but it's making me watch an advert. Hold on. Yeah. Other people are saying it's an off-key time of season, obviously, to take him in 7 games to go. Yes, I get that. A 5-year deal. What if we're relegated? Well, at the end of the day, he hasn't took the job in anticipation of being relegated. He's taken the job thinking, I've got 7 games to save ourselves, spend some money in the summer, we go again, and I can look the greatest thing since sliced bread if I can get Tottenham firing in a correct fashion in the way they should be towards, I suppose, Champions League football, European qualifications, and etc., etc., etc. Aha. Is my comments not going through? We have froze. Why is this still happening? It's not an internet problem. You bastard. I'm jumping in and out. Please stay with me. As far as I know, that is about the fastest you can get in and out of a stream. Now, let's see if this can improve anything as far as the stream is. Now, guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. Yeah, that is a bit of a freaky problem. It has been going on for a while. Like, I'm not going to go into the reasons, ifs, buts, but yeah, since StreamYard basically got took over and they're now bending spoons. Now, we've been linked with a trio of people from Germany. 16-year-old, I'm sure a lot of you would have heard the name. He has been getting minutes at Eintracht Frankfurt this season. 16-year-old central midfielder, Kenneth Einkorn, I'm going to call him. Frankfurt central midfielder. He's been playing regularly. He's a 16-year-old. Looks natural. He's been talked about as highly as an Ayo Bawadi, for instance, in France. And other young central midfielders, I don't know, you could say like the Mike O'Reillys at Manchester City, etc. Christian Kofane, Leverkusen striker. We want him. I called this. You did, but we are linked with 3 other people from Germany. So you did call this. Shouts out to you, brother. What's going on? Brothers, Nathaniel Brown. This name just keeps popping up, and the clubs that are linked with him: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal. Like, it's 4 of the world's greatest teams. Like, do you know what I mean? In no particular order. But Nathaniel Brown, £45 million. Arsenal desperate to get deal done for left back of Frankfurt. 16-year-old Frankfurt midfielder Kenneth Einkorn has been linked with Arsenal along with, and this one I've called. So let's see if what happens. I've called this one from Frankfurt for a little while, and you've called Christian Kofana. Let's see who's right. I've called this one Matteo Bahoya. I've mentioned him maybe 4 or 5 months ago on the channel. I've been mentioning him a few times since. He's a winger, come left striker. Hasn't been getting a lot of game time this year. Frankfurt, sorry. Is a France under-21 international. Obviously had a breakout season in France. Got a big move to Frankfurt. It contains like a £79 million release clause, which obviously ain't going to be met. He isn't a regular at Frankfurt, with all respect. But he's 20. He looks good in clips. I have never seen him live. The last time I seen Frankfurt, he wasn't in the team. He was on the bench. He did come on. Looked lively in places. But he's a left winger, come striker. Plays left wing mostly. So Matteo Bahoya, I reckon if we could nick him from Frankfurt, 35 mil, he'll be our backup left winger. I'm not saying to Kvaratskhelia next season, but I'm saying he'd be our backup left winger and he could play as a central striker. Gorkarez, huge moment. Big up Turkey, win a World Cup. We all knew they were getting there, though, bros. You can't have people like Yasin Özkan. I don't even know if he's playing, but this guy is a good player. And if Aston Villa have let him go to Anderlecht and it is a permanent deal, they've made a massive mistake, because I've called Yasin Özkan for a long time. And you're probably thinking, oh, Dan, you've named 1 or 2 Turks too many, bruvs. Allow it. Yasin Özkan, he's coming, bruvs, and he will be in Turkey's World Cup squad. Remember the name. I think he's at Anderlecht, but I think he's officially owned by Aston Villa. Because I was a bit pissed off when Aston Villa signed him. Like, how did they notice him? Only Danny had noticed him. Because Danny knows. If Danny says Turkish, he fucking knows. Where was I? Arda Güler, bros. Massively bad news. If Alonso is appointed Liverpool manager this summer, the number 1 person he wants at that club, the number 1 player he wants to mould, not even as an attacking midfielder or what, he wants him as a central midfielder. What he done with him at Real Madrid? Same, Liverpool, into the system. Arda Güler, centre of midfield, maybe alongside McAllister, strong player behind. Shlomizai now plays 10. Something similar, possibly. But Alonso wants Arde Galer, and this is a problem because I want Arde Galer. Your ball knowledge is 10-10. Thank you so much. And Yasin Ozkan, well, you know the name now, yeah? No Italy again. That is, yeah, bros. 48 nations at this World Cup. Like, some of them I've never heard of, with all respect. It is a bit of a madness. But big up Turkey, first of all. But there will be players. Shots as Yasin Ozkan, Kenan Yildiz, Arda Galer, Kangaloglu, yep, he 30. Let's just call him 30. You know what I mean? Very good player. Still doing his thing successfully at Brighton. For me already, I'm going to say Turkey are my dark horses for the World Cup. You know what I mean? When you look at some of the nations there, no disrespect, Caruso, Haiti, Bosnia and Herzegovina and all that. Bro, Turkey will smash up all of these and it'll be an interesting last 8. And I could see a very good last 8 of like a Brazil, Turkey, England, Germany, and Ivory Coast. I want to sing in someone there from Africa. But yeah, I need to get back on the scouting thing, bros. I've been doing a lot of daddy, as you know, of recent times. I'm still watching football massively. If like only players like I've noticed in this Chivas player, Gilberto Mora. I'm sure you've heard of him. 16-year-old Chivas central midfielder. I hope Arsenal could do something and try and grab him in the summer. And to forget these Portuguese guys like from SV Porto with like a similar name, Rodrigo Mora. Forget this Rodrigo Mora FC Porto. Let's just go for Gilberto Mora. Chivas, 16 years old. We're linked with another 16-year-old, Kenna Einhorn. Juan Mateo Bahoya, I've mentioned him on the channel before. Nathaniel Brown, Yui has mentioned, and Yui is rarely wrong. Christian Cofone, the Leverkusen striker. Apparently, the way I've heard it about this guy, whether it's true or false, it was a way he played against us, bros. Apparently, home and away, this guy gave our defenders, Saliba and Gabriel, apparently a mad run for their money. I must admit, maybe it's a Danny thing. I didn't notice him. You tell me more. I can't remember him when Arsenal played Leverkusen. I don't even remember when Arsenal played Leverkusen. I'm joking, but you know what I mean? Like, tell me what you know about this guy, because apparently that's like he weren't on our radar and it was when we played him. I want to tell you a couple of bits that I've been hearing from Andrea Berta regarding summer sales. Something basically saying they're basically massively important going forward to what Arsenal have to do. Arsenal know roughly, again, as always, what we want to do in the summer. He hasn't said like that famous, there's 2 plans. Like if we win the Champions League, win the league, there's this plan. If we fuck up and win nothing, there's this plan. He hasn't put it like that, but he sort of said, listen, there's a couple of different ideas, and I wonder was that between him and Arteta himself? Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I will try and grab a bit more on that. It was very vague. It's a couple of things coming out from Spain. Obviously, where he worked, we know he's Italian. I'm trying to put one and one together. It did pop up in Italian media as well, so I'm not sure. Something to do with Berta, basically. Sales at Arsenal, massively important, possibly from the academy. Definitely players that are now unrequired at the club. Mentioning his new friend and his head scout incoming from Napoli. I can't remember his name now. I'm just calling the Napoli de Marco. I can't remember his name. Our new head scout. A couple other bits I want to get into before I see your comments. Anthony Gordon, Liveramento, what is his name? Hall. Lewis Hall? Is it Lewis Hall? I can't remember. And Tonali. 4 players all linked with Arsenal from Newcastle, which I find is extraordinary. But Newcastle are going to have a massively tricky summer. Regarding Southampton, Arsenal, would you play Max Dowman? Bros, it's time for Max Dowman to play. Everyone looks tired. Look at the League Cup final. Arsenal look tired. Zubimendi looks tired. Rice looks tired. Saka looks old. Man United though, bros, I'm hearing Man United reckon they have got a sure thing. They reckon Tonali is a done deal going to Man United in the summer. Elliot Anderson, I'm hearing, is a done deal to Man City. I'm sure these are both not true, but basically the groundwork goes in from now. Elliot Anderson's camp have been well informed of our Man City's intentions. Man City's number one priority, with or without Pep, is Elliot Anderson. Man United seem to be wanting 2 central midfielders, but their main intention is to get Tonali over the line. There's conflicting reports. Tonali's too expensive. Newcastle, allegedly, there's a lot of rumours, £100 million. Shouts out to Usman, £100 million and everything. I reckon Tonali goes for the £80 million mark if he pushes through and says he wants to leave the club. Is Tonali a set £80 million midfielder, let alone £100 million midfielder? I'm not so fucking sure. Elliot Anderson is clearly the better midfielder for me. I take Elliot Anderson all day long. 23 years old. I reckon he'll have a very good World Cup with England. I reckon he'll outshine Declan Rice in the midfield for whichever reason. I am an Arsenal fan. I reckon Elliot Anderson just seems to have energy all day long, where Arsenal players seem tired. Even Declan Rice is suffering from this. I play for Arsenal. I look tired. Elliot Anderson plays for Forest, and he looks like he's got the fucking bollocks to go all day long, like a Duracell battery, with no drama. I don't get it. There is a bit of a mentality at Arsenal, though, where Arteta just likes his favourites. And I said it for a little while, like, well, he won't play Skelly midfield. Norgard he doesn't like. It's Rice and Zubimendi until one of them die or fucking get badly injured. We'll get back to that. Tonali's a great midfielder. I'd rather Elliot Anderson. I mentioned to Usman Ayub Bawadi. I know Usman, I can't remember the player. He said in Germany. I was taking a look at him a little bit more. I don't want to disrespect like the goalkeeper. He said the young keeper, was it Rissa? It does turn out that's a very good player. So Usman, like, I didn't mean to disrespect a couple of players you said last time. I still think they're a lot further away from being household names than the players that I was perhaps mentioning. I'm not saying Ayub Bawadi is household, but bro, he's just turned 18. And he's played over 80 games. He's played, I think, 20 or was it 16 Champions League games. He's got a lot of experience for a kid that's just turned 18. He's never been dropped by his club. I'm surprised France didn't take a gamble in, but they have got many good midfielders, and they're obviously taking back golden oldies like N'Golo and Kante, etc. Before I read all your comments individually, as I always do, I'm just going to get into a few things. Let me finish the Arsenal. Starting 11 versus Arsenal, guys. I want a few comments into this. Arsenal and Man City, a direct battle for Timo Livramento. This is the former Chelsea Academy graduate who couldn't find his way at Chelsea, eventually went to Newcastle, and he is a good right back. I worry about two things with Hall and Livramento. I think they're both injury prone, and Arsenal don't need this. And I hear Newcastle will want at least £60 million each. So let's just say Arsenal wanted a new left back and right back. And if we sold Ben White and we sold Calafiore, stranger things have happened. Would Arteta really go and spend like 110, 115, 120 mil on Hall and Livramento? But I think they're both good fullbacks, but no, 100 fucking, I don't know. No, not 120 mil, they're not good fullbacks. Like, they're all right. And I think both of them can carry injuries. I want to get back into Livramento, Hall. And should they be number one, left back and right back for England? None of us are patriotic out here. None of us give a fuck about England, but I don't know. Trent ain't going to play, so there's no point saying Trent's the best right back in England. Well, he probably is, or English right back, but he's not going to be at the World Cup. Simple. So is it Ben White for you, or who did I just say? Like Livramento. I'd go Livramento, I suppose. Which other right backs are in this country? I'm sure that Reece James, if he's fit, he'd have a lot to argue at right back for England. Left back Hall, the fat geezer from Man United. What's his name? Bit fat. Shaw. Central defenders. Oh, this is where it gets fucked up for England. I don't know. Consa seems to play. Mark Gahey. Harry Maguire's still knocking it. Do you know what? Let's forget talking about England. I don't know. England ain't that good, are they? I was looking at their 112-man squad the other day. England are pretty pitiful. But what got me onto that? Skelly ready to quit. Man, fuck off, Danny. Let's start all over again. Starting 11, guys, versus Arsenal versus Southampton. Should Max Dowman start? I want to see Max Dowman. You may as well keep Kepa going. I don't want to disturb anyone that come back from international break. I know it's all fraudulent. I know no one's injured. But I would rather keep it, let's say, organic. And just don't start no one that doesn't need to be started. And for me, that does. At this moment, it means Rice, Subimendi, Saka doesn't start. So, yes, Norgard, Madueke, and I don't care if it's Eze, Havertz, or Paul Mercer in the fucking centre of midfield. Someone just has to play centre midfield. I would personally play Skelly and Norgard. Do you know what I mean? But Arsenal and Man City will fight out for Livramento. What is your thoughts on that? Dowman must start versus Southampton. Manchester United reckon they've got a deal done for Tonali. Elliot Anderson, Man City also Phil insiders say they have a deal done for Elliot Anderson. Anthony Gordon, Timo Livramento, Lewis Hall, Sandro Tonali. 4 players linked with Arsenal. Number 1, is any of them good enough to come to Arsenal? And I do include Anthony Gordon. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's worth £100 million. I get the feeling he wants to play for Liverpool. I think it's probably better off he goes to Liverpool. Safe. They want a left winger. Liverpool do it. Juan Mateo Bahoya, 20 years old, live Frankfurt left winger. I've mentioned this player more than once. I reckon there's something in it. There's no smoke without fire. I'm backing this guy to come to Arsenal in the summer. I think at this moment I'm a bit 50-50 still. Nathaniel Brown, this name has been mentioned around Arsenal for months and months. And 16-year-old Kenneth Einhorn from Frankfurt. So 3 Frankfurt players: Bahoya, Nathaniel Brown, and Kenneth Einhorn. De Zerbi in at Tottenham. Any thoughts? Cucurella has been linked with a move back to his boyhood club Barcelona. Clubs in Italy want Calafiore. Arsenal are saying £50 million, and I can definitely say £50 million is a number for Calafiore. We are willing to let him go. And I'm hearing there's a couple of clubs in Spain that are willing to bid big money for Calafiore. It wouldn't be all done in one hit. But I'm hearing a Barcelona or Real Madrid. Don't be surprised if one of them was to come in for Calafiore, try and give us 20 mil, 30 million in add-ons. Maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Liverpool, Alonso will be appointed this summer. Arda Güler will be the first player, the main player in the Anfield rejuvenation, the rebuild under Xabi Alonso. Enzo Maresca is still the favoured number one and front runner to be the new Man City manager, but this is as and when Pep Guardiola is ready to step aside. Rashford, the clause was expired for him to join Barcelona for 30 million euros. Barcelona are cheeky bastards, and if I was them, I'd be playing a they're playing a slippery game. They know Man United don't want him. He doesn't want Man United. Shouts out to Lieka. Shouts out to all the ones in the stream. I now need to go backwards and read a load of comments. So let's go. Damn, I'm very far behind. So let's start about here. Right. Gorkarez, gangster moment. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to chase what he done for Sweden last night. They beat Poland, obviously. I don't even know the score. Bigging up Turkey. No, Italy. What's that? 4 cups in the world? Cala da Forre. Porco Dio. My ball knowledge is 10-10. Yes, in us can. Aston Villa. Onlona and elect. Iraq have made the World Cup. First time ever. They had to play 30 qualifiers, but they couldn't stop them. 30 qualifiers later, Iran is at the World Cup. Trump was still trying to say something about this. When are linked with the Brazilian centre-back that looks like a rugby player. Does he play for Nottingham Forest? Murillo. Everyone seems to be linked to this guy at the moment. Real Madrid, Arsenal, everyone wants Murillo. The 25-year-old Nottingham Forest, the centre-back. Bullshit. Who? You're not talking about Murillo, not in the Forest. Please tell me a name on that. Basic commandment I give Cofone is that the best hold-up player I've ever seen against our 2 centre-backs at 19. That's crazy. Do you know what? This is why he's on our list. I better keep an eye on this guy. I have to literally, and I'm not marking it. I'm going to write this by his name. I didn't know he was 19 as well. That 19, right up my straight. Yeah. But yeah. As far as the next striker should be, I don't think we should be going for an Alvarez at 25. I think it's a massive risk. Gorkarez coming 28. If Alvarez wasn't to fire straight away at Arsenal, fuck. And you pay 100 million for him, fuck. I forgot what I was doing. That's it, Cofone. Yeah. Danny, how you doing, bro? I'm good. Usman, shouts out to you. I think we need players that are the right age and experience as well as the right price. Well, we done that last summer, bros. I don't know. Norgard 32, Kepa about 31, Eze 27, Gorkarez 27, Nkapie 23, Mosquera's a decent age. I don't think it was the smartest signings last time, honestly, when I look at all 8 seriously and I put all the money together and add it all up. If it does still win us the league, who am I to say anything, but I still don't believe it was the greatest window, man. But let's say, we flopped in the League Cup. We'll flop in the FA Cup. Maybe Southampton for a start. We'll flop in the Champions League. Surely we can't flop the league, though, and it's just all about the league now, the way I see it. We're going to flop everything else. Like look at the League Cup. Don't want Tonali. Rather have Grummer. I forgot to mention Bruno. That's another one that's going to be attacked. Newcastle are banging trouble in the summer, aren't they, boys? Seriously. All bullshit aside, Newcastle are banging trouble in the summer. They're going to all right, cool, you can say you're not going to go if the players then want to start kicking up noise. And then they've got decent little backup players that could probably steal a job for them. do a job for them, like Kieran Trippier. They're going to go on a free because they've had no fucking minutes this season. Yeah, this Eddie Howe, I'm not sure. Maybe he's done at Newcastle. He's shit. He's better than Tonali. If I had to pay 100 million out of any of them two, it'd be him. And I don't know. Is it a 45 million pound midfielder after in the Ayo Boadi mold, or is it 100 million pound top shelf? Like, and is Elliot Anderson top shelf at 100 million pound? And if not, like, I wouldn't say like I'm not saying you've mentioned him, but like a Camavinga is any better? We hear he's available. Chelsea, Liverpool thinking of deals for Camavinga, 60, 70 mil. I think Camavinga's shit. Well, he has been shit for a good 2 years. And this is a guy I really liked when he come through at Real Madrid. 19, 20, you know what I mean? I thought he was a fucking great midfielder, a proper little warrior, a soldier, a leader of men. Now he just seems shit. That I wouldn't argue with. And obviously it'll be agents' fees. Not that I work at Arsenal and obviously it's coming out of my pocket. It'll be agents' fees, a nice little wage for him, what, 250 grand a week minimum he's going to want. He's on a free. That's obviously a lot more than Norgard. We could settle with Norgard, but yeah, he'd be the better backup to a Rice or Zubimendi. But if we're going top shelf on an Elliot Anderson or Tonali level, you're not going to bring in a Anderson, let's say for example, and a Goretzka, and then have Rice and Zubimendi, because then there's four good players battling for two places. Yes, we're trying to win all sorts of trophies, but you're going to piss off one of them if you get what I mean. It would be one or the other. If you're going for a Goretzka, I think that means he keeps his Mourinho, and he might even play safe and keep his Norgard also. Do you know what I mean? Keep it the same next season. Fundamentally, Rice Zubimendi, Goretzka's the next man in if anything goes wrong, if you get what I mean. On Elliot, not because I like him, but those types of players are right for this era of Premier League. Bros, just hard-working. Dogs, bros. They get around everywhere. He doesn't necessarily score 10 a season. He might not even assist 10 a season. He just works very hard. He's got a good passing, good range. But is he worth £100 million? Again, no. But that high energy shit, like again, right now, if he was at Arsenal right now, I think we wouldn't be losing the League Cup final for some reason. We would have had enough energy in that team. Like Rice and Zubimendi look so tired, and Elliot Anderson, he plays for Forest and looks like he can run for days, weeks, months, and years. Right, bro, we're keeping Miles. Oh no, hold on, bro. If we are keeping, I don't think we are. Lewis Skelly's definitely gone, and Wari is 70-30. I reckon they both can go. Number one, they're going to scream financial fair play. Number two, they're going to say they're not really regulars. But if we got decent bids for them, anything over £40 million, we're going to start panicking and taking it. But let me read the question. Bro, if we're keeping Miles Lewis, Skelly and Wari as well as integrating Max, we need more experienced players. I can't see Boadi coming in for Rice and Mendy, but I see Silla doing that. I hear you. But again, for me, I'd either go the young Boadi, or again, you have to just go top shelf. For me, there's no medium. I don't know. And then I'm playing safe by saying I've seen Tonali play. Like, I love Tonali, but again, he's not £100 million. I'd like a few years younger. Elliot Anderson at 23, he's a bit younger. English, premium, tax. He's going to be better value if they're at similar sort of ranges. I don't think we're going to get either of them personally. I reckon Elliot Anderson goes to Man City. I reckon Tonali goes Man United. Coyote, the right back from Brentford, be my preference. A throwing specialist. See, I liked him a lot before he even got to Arsenal. I'm going to be honest with you. I remember even you remember we spoke about Coyote, £15 million, like in from Italy, blah, blah, blah. We were talking about people like Hickey around the same time. Like, he's very good. He's a very good backup. I have a feeling, again, I have this sneaky feeling, if he gets his wish and sells Ben White and Calafiori, I think he wants on that level or even slightly above. I've got this sneaky... I believe in this Liveramento and a bit of this Hall linkage. I'm not saying we're going to get any of them, but if we fuck up with the Anderson, fuck up with Tonali, I reckon we're going to try and poach Newcastle for one of their fullbacks. If Calafiori goes, we might Nick Hall because he loves a left back. Even though Hincapié is there, he's more mobile, he goes forward a bit better, and he also defends very well, Hall. I worry about his injury record. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on him in the next 7 games as well and try and make a final decision on this Hall. Liveramento I've liked for quite a while. But again, a few injuries and yeah, I don't know. At the kind of money that it would take to get him, let's go for fucking Hakimi. I don't know. Not that he's at the perfect age. Max should start for sure. I would play a back three for the game. I wouldn't start playing back threes. I do hear you, but yeah, I don't think that works into Arteta's system. Arteta doesn't come out of his comfort zone, so we'll keep it as realistic as possible. We don't change the formation, even if me and you would. I'll try and base our preferred 1 to 11 tonight on basically, what we know Arteta. Not, we'll go with what we want. I get it, but yeah, let's keep it to that sort of 4-3-3. Let's call it a 4-3-3 as well, you know. Kepa, White, Mascara, Calafiore, Skelly, Norgard, Martinelli, Max, Havertz, Trossard, Jesus. Interesting. I actually kind of like that team. Calafiore might have run around a little bit too much for Italy, but bollocks. White needs to play. Skelly, yes. I take it that's at left back, even though you did say 3. It looks like a left back to me because Mascara and Calafiore, I take it, will be your centre backs. White will be at right back. Norgard, and I'm going to say Havertz in the centre of midfield. With Max on the right, Trossard on the left, Jesus up front. I think you went with. Livramento is another Diaby. Wow! I wasn't quite going to Diaby him off, but again, yes, injury record, I do worry, but I like it. If Man City are getting done like, if Man City are getting done like, apparently they are, it will include a transfer ban. Yeah, everyone said about Man Chelsea. Chelsea have got away scot-free, and so shall Man City. Bang. Liagers, what's going on? The hero of men. Bros, yeah, she's working Southampton today, but I didn't call you back because I was still waiting for just that last minute bit of joy. I'd have loved a little away trip to Southampton with you. But how you doing, my brother? 30-40 million pound, and I sell Calafiore. Well, 42 gets us our money back. I reckon he's actually worth his money back, to be honest with you. I know Arsenal, Arteta, previous to Berta, make a lot of mistakes in the transfer market. I reckon he, for the right club, brings us our money back. And I don't say that lightly on this channel because I'm pessimistic about anything Arteta does and any of his signings. But I say he's good enough to get us our 42 M's back. Muno, yeah, him, bro. Bros, he's good, and he's been good again at a Forest team that are fucking struggling. So Anderson genuinely looks class, but would you have went for last season? I don't know, Callum Hudson-Odoi. I know Liakes is decent apart. I'm not starting Liakes. I'm just saying, all right, the geezer that went to fucking Newcastle, Elanga. He looked good at Forest last year. There's different levels, different horses, different courses. Murillo, I'd be very scared of, but he's been linked with a lot of teams and a lot of big names at that. For me, we've got Saliba, Mascara, Gabriel. There's nowhere where he fits. If we get another centre back, it's got to be an 18-year-old. It should have been someone like Jeremy Jacquet, expensive or not. He would have been ready, fine, to tip, just in case of Saliba or Gabriel in 2 seasons or 3 even pissed us off and decided to fuck off permanently. Well, there's only one way to fuck off. Friend is also from Cameroon, like Saliba. They are friends apparently. Interesting. I'm going to keep a close eye on this Cafone. Leverkusen striker. Osman, bro! Oh, Osman. Is that Osman? I'm scared of him. Now, it isn't because he's in Turkey. And you know I love to just slag off Turkey like that. But you know what, bros? He fucked around, bros. I reckon he could have got a big move, bros. And he was fucking around looking for money, waiting for Saudi, waiting for Turkey, waiting for offers. And I don't know, and I don't trust him. I personally, I love you, Lee. I would not go down the Osimhen road. Would anyone else go down the Victor Osimhen road for Arsenal? I reckon he will leave Turkey eventually, if it ain't this summer. But again, money talks. I don't know what deal it's got. I think there's a deal saying he can't go back to Italy willy-nilly real quick. But apart from that, I don't know. Really similar to Capie, but we need to bring in fullbacks who can overlap. And yes, are creative. Yes, Events Nathaniel Brown, Cody, Livramento. Yes, and this Hall. And a couple of others. There's that Reed. His name is Feyenoord right back, 19, but he got a bad injury around November, December, but he's been shit hot in Holland. Apparently, he will be a Holland international. It's like Timber. Everyone has to watch out for their international places with this guy, but then he got an injury at a crucial time. They could go down. Tottenham, I'm going to say, like it or not, are safe with De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi is just going to be enough to get them over the line. So who else is it? Burnley are down. We're going to say... Who else? Who's the team that's already down? Is like Burnley down? Oh, I can't remember. Fuck me. Where's my head going today? Yildiz or Kvaratskhelia would be a dream. Yes. Now, Yildiz at 21. This guy's about 25. I think about to turn 26, Cascadia. All right, both of them not protested at Premier League level. I think overall I'd rather Yildiz because of the age, but this Cascadia looks fucking class. But I've been looking at his stats. He scored, I think, shit, which way around was it? He's got 12 goals and 6 assists this season, or is it 6 goals and 12 assists? Is that really good in a Farmers League? I wonder what he got last year in their glory season. Did he join in January last year? Because I think he did have a very good impact. I'm going to go and look WB. I want to what's Cavscalia done since he got to PSG? I'm going to research this for tomorrow because I know he was very good at Napoli and he did lead them to a title, but it's going to be a lot of money. But right now, I don't know who to bring in. Like Yan Diamonde, 19 years old, sounds like a risk. Kenan Yildiz just signed a new deal at Juventus. I know that doesn't mean shit sometimes, but all right, cool. It's going to cost over 100 mil to get any of these fuckers. Yildiz just signed a new deal for whichever reason, literally a month ago. Cavscalia ain't been there long. PSG are saying definitely F you, bollocks, you fuck off, bollocks, you're a C. Literally, so interesting. But I reckon if the Premier League comes calling, if Cavscalia wants the Premier League, it's going to be hard for PSG to say bollocks. Any one of them will do me, though, I have to say. And then you can get your little Bahoya as a backup, the one that I've been saying. It would be a game changer. Who would you rather, Lee? Who would you rather, Yui, Lee, and Usman? If you had to choose a left winger between Yildiz and the man himself, Cavscalia, who would it be? Oh, man. I'll have to give you my answer tomorrow. I have to look at them statistically closely because I don't trust Cavscalia's 6 goals and 12 assists. Or is it 12 goals and 6 assists he's got this season? I don't think that's groundbreaking. All right, it's better than what Martinelli or Saka or maybe both of them together. But you get what I mean. It's not groundbreaking. I would look at Boadi in 2 years. Right now, I'd want Silla. I also want Yildiz on the left, as it makes no sense for Alves to come back to the Premier League. Desiree Douy should be approached in 2 years. I reckon Desiree Doui's ready now. I think he's fallen off massively since last season. This could be a PSG thing, though. They're trying to bring in a lot of them players like Mbaye, and there's another central midfielder. They've got a lot of good players coming through their academy, bros, and they're knocking on the door. And from what I'm hearing, and we have been linked for a couple of them, and buying that central midfielder, they're basically threatening, well, we'll fuck off if you're not going to fucking play us over Dembele, Cavscalia. And these ain't just rubbish players. They want minutes over these players. So PSG have to sort out a lot of their academy products who are fucking good in the summer. And I believe they will let 1 or 2 of their bigger players go. To not finance anything because they're rich, but I mean, just to keep financial fair play happy and to promote the right sort of products from their academy. So Cavscalia or Dembele, one of them leave for me. Which one? I couldn't tell you. But one of them leaves PSG this summer. Which one? Don't ask. But yeah, interesting, Osman. Yes, I do see what you're saying. I'm still on an avenue of this still up, but all right. If Boadi goes PSG, you won't ever get him. That's it. It's now or never. And this is what I'm saying, Osman. That is the truth. You have to get him right now. And it is a risk. But a £45 million, bros, I don't see many better risks in central midfield out there than him right now. Bros, he doesn't do it, bros. I don't even think he's scored in his 80, 90 professional games, nearly 100 professional games. He's not a goal scorer. He's not an assist key. I don't want to compare him to Rice, but he is just, I don't want to call him a defensive midfielder either. He is just a central midfielder, like a Gilberto Silva. He does the very sensible things fucking well. I've seen him play against Real Madrid, and bros, he was not scared against Camavinga, Valverde. Do you know what? In fact, I don't want to say he played him off the park, but he fucking did not fucking lose any face over any of them. Like, he played a lot of these boys off the park, and this is Real Madrid. I've seen him play a lot of fucking basically been in a lot of central midfield situations where he should have been battered and kicked around the park. Like, I can't even remember his midfield partner because he wasn't doing much to help him. But Wadi is, man, he's really caught my eye, innit? That's all I can say, bros. We don't all have to have the same opinions, but fuck me. I've probably watched him live, like, honestly, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, like, and he's not the guy that can be like, oh my God, look at him. He's like Neymar, like, the geezer's like this, he's like that. buzz. He will never say, "Oh my god, he's rubbish. He makes a mistake. Oh, bro, that's a rubbish pass, bro." Like he just does the very simplistic things good. I know it isn't very exciting, but I reckon that develops into a fucking world-class midfielder. As a Mendy backup, I get it. I get it. Yo. All right, lovely. Bawadi would be good to have the long term. On the body, good to have. Depends on how much he would be. I know still would cost, not cost more than 50 mil, but that's the same for Bawadi, bros. And I'm still going Bawadi. Anderson, Walton, I reckon. Apparently, he's got a gentleman's agreement. 65 mil. He can go in the summer. Allegedly, that was somewhere from last January. They agreed that. Just give us another year, 65 mil. When you've got 2 years left on your deal, when the day comes, you've got 2 years left on your deal, it's 65 mil, you're at the club. Maybe I'm wrong, but I reckon I'm going to be right on that. I reckon Liverpool, someone slap him up for about 60, 65 mil. Man United, maybe, if they flop on Tonali. Walton 100% leaves Palace for this summer at around the 60, 65 million mark. I reckon, again, a club there gets a very good player. I've said before, I wouldn't have minded him at Arsenal, but watch him of recent months, and again, injury records, I fucking don't know. But he's better value than £100 million Tonali. If we're going to browse, a £60 million Walton is better than £100 million Tonali. I'm just going to put that one out there. If it was, would I have to pay £100 million Elliot Anderson or 60 million Walton? I think I extend my budget another £40 million. I think I take this Elliot Anderson. And this is just because of this high energy thing he's got going. What do you like about Elliot Anderson? I just noticed he just seems to be left wing, right back, central midfield, left back, here. And in the 89th minute, he looks just as good as he did in about the 12th minute. That's what I can say. That's all I've noticed about him. But that's an impressive skill. 100 mil. He seems like Superman with a fucking cape and mask that's got loads of energy. I don't know. Bardi is more of a Mendy, not an engine like Hilda. Yeah. I've compared it to Gilberto Silva, interestingly enough. I look at Bardi more as a box-to-box rather than a ball plan. He more plays deep and picks off his passes for me. Nothing rushed, all relaxed, nothing, you know what I mean? It's all done aramti, all nice timing, everything all calm. Bros, I'm going to sack this fucking Stiller from this stream. I don't hear his name. I'm joking. All right, cool. I get it. Browse, there's 5 midfielders I want before him. I want Tonali ahead of him. I want Anderson ahead of him. I want Walton ahead of him. I want Bawadi ahead of him. I want Kenneth Einhorn, the 16-year-old Frankfurt midfielder, ahead of him. That's 6. I'll find 10 if you have to, and then I'm going to make Stiller the 11th midfielder on my list. But yeah, Browse, he's decent, okay? I'm just saying, for what Arsenal need, in my opinion, I think Adam Morton would actually do a good job at Arsenal if it was 50 mil. I just think that 65 is a bit much. I think 50 mil, he's a very good player, Adam Morton. But he's still going to be playing back up to Zubermendy Rice. I think I want someone that can come in and challenge both of them. This is where Elliot Anderson comes in, because I believe it will be Anderson and Rice next season. And when one of them fucking get tired, you've got good old Zubermendy. Or Zubermendy leaves and we buy 2 central midfielders. Anderson and Bawadi come in. Dun, 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 bum, bum. Guys, 53 minutes now. Do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. Let me rush through some comments. Right, I'd have gone for an Osman 2 or 3 years ago. This is what I'm saying. I would have. When he was in Italy, bros, at Napoli, before he started saying, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm the God, I'm doing this, I'm going to wear a mask, the Batman mask and the cape and put this around my eye. And, yeah, he lost it for me around that time, around the mask. Edgar Davids. A lot of good young strikers. That's what I mean. There's so many strikers out there. He ain't even in my top 15 anymore. 3 years ago, he'd have been in my top 5, top 7 strikers to come to Arsenal. Top 5 even. Now, he would have been definitely in my top 5, I reckon. Now, he doesn't reach my top 15, I reckon. With no disrespect. Kivi, 7 Champions League goals and only 4 in the league. See what I'm saying? This is what I mean. I want Kenny Gildas now, bros. I fucking that, bros. Coming to the Premier League, John, that means the Premier League, bros. That means, listen, you might get bullied for a year. I know he probably would step up, bros. I reckon. Bros, when you look at him, he's so skillful. He's a very naturally skillful guy. For me, someone that skillful would step up, but 120 mil? Nah, fuck off. But then again, bros, what's on offer? Anthony Gordon, 100 mil? Fuck off. Diamande, boy. Like here, he's got the most runs and charges towards people in the whole of Europe. This is not just in the Bundesliga. He's got the most step overs and fancy trickery. This is in again not in just the Bundesliga in Europe. But what the fuck has it come to? RB Leipzig ain't winning the league. I don't know. Like, and a lot of people are saying this cunt's going to go for £100 million. I don't get that. But we need a left midfielder, one or two of the motherfuckers. And I'm now second guessing myself on which of these two motherfuckers I would want. Right, so fuck him. Oh no, actually I do. Right, this Pio is Esposito, the Inter Milan striker. Right, from what I'm hearing though is he's sucking off Inter Milan. Inter Milan gave him a chance. He loves it, and he's got no immediate plans to sort of leave the country. I don't think that's happening, so I'm going to leave that. But yeah, tall, big, physical, technical, clinical finisher. I don't think he wants to leave Italy, bros. From what I'm hearing, he's kind of very happy where he is. And do you know what, bros? I hate not commenting on someone I ain't seen him live. And when I've seen him in Milan, he's always just miserably on the bench, bros. Like they need to start. When I watch them, they need to start getting him on the field, innit? I just haven't seen him play, bros. Like, I watch so much football, and I keep telling you about the only league that doesn't seem to be aired a lot in this country is the Bundesliga. Like, I do catch Bayern Munich games. I think I think there's a contract. We only market Germany Harry Kane games. Yildiz is not cost. What do you mean he's not costing? Of course he is, bros. He just signed. He signed the contract about 6 weeks ago. They gave him the captain's armband. He's the first number 10 in Juventus' history to wear the number fucking 10 since Alessandro Del Piero. And I think Del Piero may have been the first number 10 in Juventus to ever wear the armband. So he's the first number 10 in Juventus' history to wear a fucking captain's armband. He's just turned 21. He's just signed a new 5-year big money deal. They're not letting him go for £70 million, bros. I'm closing that down. Like a geezer going to prison on a Friday night. That's the cell door's closed. No, they might want 110 mil. You might put 50 million down and pay 70, 60 in dribs and jabs, bros. But you're not getting him you're not getting him just like that. I'm telling you. Kenan 19 goals, 2 Champions League. Bros, I like the sound of 19 goals. Yeah, I'm taking Kenan. Hello. Your favourite London is here. I love that. I like that. You're not fucking one for that. I would like both of them. They'll be ideal for my up. Rayan backing up Saka. But we've already got Maduki. But yeah, this Rayan, I mentioned him before he got to this country. I mentioned him way before fucking Bournemouth. I knew there was a player in this guy. Vincent De Gama, bros. They've got some fucking players coming through. They've always got someone coming. That club that you come from, they've got a couple of players still there, 15, 16s now. Do you know what I mean? That club's just worth keeping an eye on. So I've given the choice Kvaratskhelia over Yildiz, although I see Yildiz as a bit younger version of Kvaratskhelia. Just hearing them stats is making me think Yildiz now, because I'm not sure if them stats are going to hold up in the Premier League, bro. What does that mean in Premier League? On them cold November and December and Januaries, away at fucking Burnley, man, he's producing fucking like he's flying blanks, bros. Oh yeah, so are the eyebrows, but it's going to be different money. One's going to cost 60 mil, and one allegedly is going to cost 100 mil. Then again, if Forest went down, but no, if Forest go down, what do you think they're going to do? Sell him for £22 million? No, they're not going to say fuck you. I get it, they're not in such a strong position to fight, but like, if Tottenham went down, I'm hearing all their players will leave, possibly. Especially if Daniel Levy is here. But if Daniel Levy didn't get the money, I know he ain't there, but if he didn't get the money they wanted, then none of the cunts are going nowhere. So if you got a contract, bro, I don't care if like you got 12 months, 18 months, fucking 49 months. You're not necessarily going nowhere. So if Forest go down, all right, you might get 10 million, 15 million shaved off it. You might get him at 85. I still reckon it's a massively expensive deal. They signed him 1 year ago for 34. I know you could say doubling their money is doing good, but I think they want to over double in their investment. Has anyone mentioned Silla? Yeah, no, bros, never heard of him. No, I'm joking. Bro, I don't know why you hate Silla. The dude is super underrated and an absolute baller. Again, it's a combination of his age. He's 25. Where has he been for the last 7 years of his life? I didn't hear of him 7 years ago when he was 18. Didn't hear of him 5 years ago when he was 20. I've been aware of him for the last 12, 18 months. He's already 25, slightly harsh of me, so I've based it as yeah, that good. That's all it is. That's pretty much how I've rated it in my head. I'm not saying I'm right, bros. I could be very much wrong on this one. I haven't seen him enough to make a sensible decision on it. I don't want to say I haven't cared enough. Like nothing's sort of dragged me to sort of watch this gaze and sit him down. He's been into Man United for a year and a half, bros. It still hasn't made me think, yeah, fuck me, Man United might be stealing the right march there. I better keep my eye on him. I don't know. There's something I'm just not convinced by it. Probably because I never heard of him until he was 24. White Rabbit! Rez Tez is a great goalkeeper, but also Pendes is far better than that other dude. Also shows in the league ratings. Yes. He's at, is it Toulouse, bruv? No, my guy's at Toulouse. I did watch something the other day. I actually caught a YouTube video, I'm not going to lie. And a couple of your players was mentioned. I was thinking, fuck me, only if Usman is sitting next to me. Doesn't mean they're going to be great, bruv. But yeah, your goalkeeper does look shit hot. Basically, he's had a wonderful season, innit? But bruv, Alex Meningo one time had a great season at Arsenal, like, and won a league. Like, I don't know, his career, he was 19. He deputised for David Seaman. I know I'm going back a bit, but no cunt ever heard of him ever again. Just saying. Not quite never heard of him again, but never heard of him again. None of these other midfielders are successful with their club. Well, like Kelvin Phillips. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I don't know. We could all argue about that. But I want a certain level again because I just don't think Arsenal have hit the mark in terms of performance, the way we play football, relying on free kicks, relying on corners. I'm not saying change the face of the club, but we need a bit of high energy in there again. I think Elliot Anderson hits that just because that's what the only thing I've done. He doesn't score goals. He doesn't really assist goals. He's very high energy. And for me, when watching Nottingham Forest this year, I think crying on the heart, what can I say? In the 87th minute, he looks as good as he does in the 9th minute. I don't know. He seems to be a very good footballer. Seems to have this fucking massive fucking metabolism, fucking supernatural fucking energy, fucking Lucasade Sport kid himself. You also mentioned Krupi, who is good, but does not fit the profile Peter is looking for. Probably. I've been coaching him for the last few weeks, and he hasn't really impressed me at all. And he started once, and he's come a few times off the bench, and I've been trying to really monitor this kid, this Krupi at Bournemouth. Bro, there's a player in him, though. And there's a club for him. I don't know which club, bros. There's a fucking bros. He's easily a 20-goal-a-season striker. And I reckon that can be fine-tuned to that 25 mark. He can score 20 goals, even at Bournemouth, I reckon, right now. If he played every game this season, I reckon he'd score 20. Same next season. If they got, do you know what it is? He's a victim of sort of the way he plays. Because I know that factually, the only reason why Ariola doesn't play him is because he likes the Evan Nilsson, because he's more big, more mobile. More big and can hold up play better and shit like that. I reckon he should have dropped the big Evan Nilsson, even though he's bought him for 40 mil, and I think he should have stuck Krupi in the whole season. I think Bournemouth will be slightly higher on the table. It does come down to opinions. Krupi again is a guy, I don't want to say he's like Sesko, but again, it's like he doesn't need to think. He just gets the ball sometimes, sort of just bangs it. 20, 30 yards, no problem. Gets it one touch into a striker, gets it back, just bang. Doesn't seem to sort of think about it, wants to do too much, and it seems to sort of work. He's got about 8 goals this season. And if you actually look at all 8 of his goals, they're actually all, none of them are tap-ins. They're fucking all really good goals. One maybe is a header that's like, I don't know, it's still a good header though. There's a player, I'm not saying, bros, he's better than Gorkarez. I'm saying, fuck me, if I had to risk him, blah, 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 right now. There's a good striker in this Krupi. I don't know. When I'm watching Bournemouth, apart from the last month or so, I don't know. He keeps catching my eye. It's the style of finish, isn't it? I don't know. It's the sort of way he finishes. That's what's caught my eye about this Krupi of Bournemouth. Alvarez, Cavscalia, Bawadi, Coyote, Krupi. Summer done, to be honest, more of a younger prospect summer for me. Bringing Athan home and playing him week in, week out. I just don't think it's going to happen for Athan Awari. I'd love it to happen, but I don't see it happening. Athan Awari, I'm a massive fan of. Skelly, he's a victim of not his own success. He done well at left back. He was never a left back. He's a central midfielder. All I can say is the next team that buy Man United won't buy him. All these links to Man United are just untrue. Michael Carrick was a central midfielder. If Michael Carrick was to sign him, it's as a central midfielder. If the next club buy him and you see him popping up at left back, this guy's as fucked the rest of his life because he's not a left back. So Skelly's just a weird one. I don't know what's going to happen to that poor bastard. And Wari, wonderful footballer. Chelsea and Liverpool waiting in the wings if we fuck around. Could swap Boadi for Anderson, and I'm happy. Could swap Boadi for Anderson. What do you mean, Boadi for Anderson? Could swap Boadi, and I'm happy. What do you mean? You mean both of them? Boadi from France and Elliot Anderson as in Forest. Do you want both of them at Arsenal or swap their clubs? What? One Elliot Anderson's going France, Boadi's going Forest? I'm sure you don't mean that. Sorry, bros, I'm either higher, I've just got that backwards. Any thoughts on IDS moving a bit more regular now? Who's IDS, bros? Don't know. Don't know. Couldn't tell ya. Creepy is ready to be the project young youth striker we need. Gabriel Jesus replacement. I reckon so. I fucking bro. So you like him as well, yeah? White Rabbit, welcome back, bro. White Rabbit, woo, White Rabbit, woo. He comes from Donegal. He supports the Arsenal. No, Enzo Fernandez. What about him? Leaving Chelsea? Club Real Madrid. I don't know. Real Madrid want Rodri. They want Enzo. Then it said we hear Barcelona want defenders. They want Cucurella. They want Calo. I'm hearing Calafiore is of interest of a Spanish club. It's got to be Barcelona or Real Madrid, isn't it? Miles was cold the other night. Was he? He ain't done enough, bros. He's just not done enough. But yeah, I think Creepy's ready. I think Creepy comes in. He's also going to have to contend with Havertz next season. We're not going to have the good gift of anyone giving us 40 or 50 million pounds for Havertz. So Havertz will still be a part of things next season, unfortunately. But I don't know. They wouldn't let him go that cheap either. I don't know if there's anything contractually with him into his contract or how long he's got. I just like Creepy. I know his 8 goals in the Premier League this season hasn't been earth-shattering, but he hasn't had a fair chance for me over this Van Nielsen. I like this Creepy. Enzo Fernandez, Argentinian midfielder, lots of the tattoos. Nah, he's a good player. What you say? What, you want him at Arsenal? I reckon he goes Spain, bros. I reckon he wants out of the Premier League for whichever reason. No, I'd get either. No, you get either. Legend. And we've almost done for the day. Guys, an hour and 7 minutes down. It is almost time for me to call an abrupt halt to the stream. Shout out to, was it Connor jumping in? Please be liking and subscribing as you are new. Shout out to Yui, my man of the match. Shout out to White Rabbit, as always. Lee Akers, that was briefly in and out. Shout out to Usman, the real one. Shout out to all of the Danny AFC TV real ones, subscribers, and just passers free. Guys, it's Southampton next. We're going to have a quick Springer's final thought. Southampton next. Freshen it up, Arteta. We're looking tired. We're looking out of ideas. Wembley disappointed me. The whole game pissed me off. We didn't look like we was at the races. We looked like we were going to win any stage. Man City didn't play well, but they didn't look like they were going to get beat. We didn't play well, but we looked like we were going to get beat. Does that make sense? I don't know. I reckon we're going to get beat at the Etihad Stadium as well. I reckon they win their game in hand. And it's a nervy finish at the end of the season. If it's just 3 points, do we hold on? We'll give ourselves a heart attack a moment. We'll draw somewhere, and then it'll be right skin of our teeth. So, would you swap Gorka cash for another bigger striker? I want 3 as our options. Creepy, Alvarez, Havertz. Listen, if Atletico Madrid said, listen, we'll take Gorka off your hands, but you can have Alvarez and you have to put a little bit on top, I'm afraid to say, yeah, I do that deal all day long. I would actually do that deal all day long. And happily still go and get another striker, like you say, like a Creepy. I can't see it working out like that. When you see it, Havertz is on 350 grand a week. He's going to be there for the long haul, bros. We're not going to get rid of him yet. We're going to keep it realistic. Gorka, unless someone badly wanted him out there, I can't see it happening. I think he would smash it in Spain, though. I'm not saying Spain is never Portugal, but I do believe at Atletico Madrid, at Barcelona or Real Madrid, I think he could fucking smash it out there. I reckon the Premier League is still just, at the end of the evening, in 3 years' time, I reckon we still could be having a Gorka debate. And I still reckon I slightly win. I still don't reckon he's going to hit some crazy numbers for this football club. So, yeah, I'll do that deal any day. If an Atletico Madrid ever wanted him, said, give us £40 million, you can have Alvarez. I think, yeah, we have to just take that deal all day long. 40, 45, 49 mil, whatever they say. There, sweet. We're gonna have to do that deal. It slightly changes our play. It gives us a guy that's a lot more mobile, does a lot more running off the ball, on the ball, fucking whatever. He's more alive. He ain't so stealth up front as Gorkras has been in many, many games. Let's see if this little international revival and getting Sweden to the World Cup, literally, does anything for his overall confidence. If Enzo goes, Chelsea need an Anderson or a Tonali. They will. I wonder who they have in mind. But again, Chelsea can't really make no decisions now. They've got a guy that will be sacked at the end of the season. The PE teacher will be sacked, Liam Rosenior. They've been linked with Klopp. I can't see them going down a championship route again, even though Enzo Maresca has got a good reputation. Probably will be the next Man City manager, especially if Pep leaves at the end of the season. Max Dowman time versus Southampton. Absolutely, bros. He has to start just for a bit of energy, bros. Just for something different. I'd put Maduki on the left, but again, just because at least he has energy. Like, he still tries to do those little oversteps and everything. Trossard's dried up. Martinelli's a... that's about all we've got. I don't know. Eze going on the left would be just as silly as him playing as a number 10. Ever since we changed per formation, we've been struggling. I don't really think we've changed formation, bros. I think we've been struggling. I don't know. See, I don't want to be critical of it. But go back this time, not this time last season. Like, we weren't just relying on free kick. I don't know. It's just we found a way. We've run with it, and we're trying to get it us over the line now with the title. I do think things will have to change a bit, whether it's an Alvarez in the summer, a deadly world-class left winger like a Cavscalia. We're a bit dry again up front, a bit stale. And that's the God's honest truth. We're just that little bit stale, like running out of ideas, not as good. But guys, it really is time to go. We are 11, an hour and 12 minutes down. Do shouts out to all of the real ones. Do be getting the likes on the video. I will finish all of our comments as always. All three of those strikers can do something different. It would be so cold. Hold up bangers from long range, short range, free running from Alvarez. With those three, Cava would go back to 21, 22, playoff style. Yes, Scalia, I think almost. Well, see, bros, his overall stats this season scare me, bros. Do you know what, right, Rabbit? I'm going to do a 10 live tomorrow. Please join. Do you know why? We're going to statistically look at this gauge over the last 4 years. Like, I don't trust him. Bros, he's got bags of skill. He always seems brilliant on the ball. I just don't trust him. Man, like, hate Arthur, Liam Rosenior, you know that. Bros, I swear that Gazer's just a PE teacher. I swear he's a PE teacher in my school. I don't know. That prick I done PE with, or probably just tried to sit out of it. Let's do this and that, leave me alone. 4, 10, 4, 3, 3 after Garden, so 8. Yeah, sort of, I hear that as well. Does Odegaard play another game this season as well before you go? He's the one. You think so? I don't know. He's got like 6 goals in France this year or something, bruv. Or is it 12 goals and 6 assists? I'm gonna look at this all sharply for tomorrow. Like that in front, that could be like 3 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League. I know, but I know. Just watching him, he's got it in him. He could adapt to the Premier League, I'm sure. All right, bollocks. I would take him. All right, one last question, and this is to White Rabbit. Would you take Yildiz or Cavscalia? If they were both going to cost you £100 million, 110 mil for either which one, Cavscalia or Yildiz? Because I think they're. What do you think of this, Yan? And quickly summarize Yan Diamonde for me. And I love you, bros, and I am getting out of it because I've got a couple of bits to do. And I've got to walk this big dog here, and he is a big dog. Come here, Loco. Come here. Let White Rabbit see you. Right, this ain't the normal size of dog. Right, Loco is alright, big dog. Come here. Come up here. Come for your head up here. No, don't. Mate, that's his tail almost knocking over the drink. Come up here. Turn up. Very pretty. Alright, you can take, bros. Look at this geezer's head. Bros, look at the size of that dog's head. That's a big dog. Just in case I have anything incriminating around, I better get out. Yeah, quickly, summarise. I don't know. Yes, I know. And he was massively important the minute he come into PSG and everything went into place, even though they're always going to win the league. But the league title went into place. They looked good in the Club World Cup, I suppose, until was it Chelsea done them in the final, I think. But I'm sure Cavscalia, yeah, all right, he probably can transfer it. But I want to look at his last season or two at Napoli as well. And I know you want to leave, but I want to look. Yandy Monday is like that bird in Learning Shows. Rapid. Beep, beep. Yep. He's another gentleman. Yeah. See what I mean? And all that silly money. See, bros, I just don't catch RB Leipzig live that much. I've seen him a couple of times, and he's, as you said, yeah, like, whoa, let's all jump up, get off our seats. But then there was no end product. So no, my money doesn't go on him. I generally don't think I want any other left winger than like a Yildiz, and Cavscalia is a left winger. There's no reason number 10 he can play right wing like Yildiz. He can play up front, he can play number 10. Maybe it is just give me a left winger, and a left winger of Cavscalia's fucking class and abilities. Right, Rabbit, I love it. You got to get involved. 10 p.m. tomorrow. I want to look at a couple of these Yandia Mondays, their stats, their assists, their goals over the last 2-3 years. The same with Cavscalia, the same with Yildiz. We're going to think of the perfect central midfielder for Arsenal. Is it a Bawadi? Is it top shelf, £100 million time? Tonali, Elliot Anderson. And what is he going to do in defence? If he loses Ben White and Calafiore, and I think he's open to selling both, I reckon he's going to go for a Livramento, and God knows what he'll do at left back. A Lukubi, RB Leipzig again. Left-footed centre back that can play left back. Sounds like a bit Arteta-ish to me. I thought Leipzig Joker screwed us last year. No, yeah. Cavill or Yildiz is only for me, yes. Oh, bruv, he's rubbish. Bruv, that geezer, bruv. Again, he's had 2 dead seasons, bruv. Bruv, he might, do you know what he'll do? He'll have 2 good games for Spain at the World Cup, and then suddenly people are going to want him again. Bruv, he's been shit since the Euros, and he did it. Yeah, I don't even think he was that good at the Euros. He had a couple of flashpoints at the Euros. Tonali, not for us, definitely. I think he's not too old at 26, but again, 26, and you're not necessarily immediately breaking down the door of Zubimendi and Rice for me. Where Anderson, I think he does. I think he does disturb that. I reckon you start Rice and Anderson. Zubimendi has to take time on the bench. That's why Anderson wins that debate for me. Hall and Coyote. I think Livramento is good. His injury record scares me. All right, cool. Coyote is good. Usman's been on to him for ages as well. Listen, Hall and Coyote. Hall, they're going to say 60 mil. But I wouldn't argue with it. Guys, do be liking White Rabbit. Peace out. You're the joint winner of the man of the match with Yui and Usman. Guys, you've all been, you three have been real ones. Shouts out to all of you. Please join me at 10 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to have to statistically look at these left wingers, these central midfielders, and a couple of these defenders we're talking about, like the Lewis Hall, Timo Livramento, and the many other fullbacks we have been linked with from these Lukubis, RB Leipzig, etc. Guys, do be liking, do subscribe. White Rabbit, love. Please be back as soon as possible. Peace out. God bless real one. Speak to you tomorrow, y'all. Peace.